And we are live officially now.
I'm over here interrupting Amy and going, "Are we live yet?" And she goes, "No, just a sec. Are we live yet?" Nope. If you'd stop asking if we're live, we'll be live a little bit quicker.
I'm like over here doing a bunch of tech, and Jamie's like,
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we
there
there
yet?
yet?
What about now?
What about now?
About now.
That's a great example of a captivating piece of story because it actually relates to something that everyone is familiar with. We've either driven in a car with kids that have done that, or, and I'm looking at you right now, my little niece, up there in Canada. I'm thinking about you right now. Also, we've all been kids and had that experience. So that little interaction actually got those of you that had your volume on actually to experience that memory for yourself, which creates a connection. And they're one of the little things you want to be totally aware about in regards to when you're speaking from stage or speaking to a group of people is, are you connected? Are you engaged? And there's several ways in which you can connect and engage. And if you don't connect and engage, you don't have their focus. If you don't have their focus, you don't have their money. You don't, or their buy-in. And their buy-in could be a change of behavior. Their buy-in could be an agreement or a product service that they actually pay for. So a buy-in doesn't necessarily always mean a cash exchange, but it does mean a thought exchange. Money is currency. Focus is currency. Focus, focus,
Focus is currency. And
focus it
these
is.
days, the marketplace is really loud. So how do you rise above that competition? How do you like cut through that noise and get people to focus on you? Because without that focus, no one's purchasing anything.
Is currency.
And
Focus,
and
focus.
often, we feel we don't want to be the annoying salesperson. So we tend to, instead of like putting ourselves out there like, hey, this is what I can do for you, we tend to kind of go tap 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 tap. Is it okay if I tell you about my stuff? And then that's still the annoying salesperson. So how do you captivate an audience? How do you capture attention? How do you capture focus?
It's actually as you're aware, or most of you are, there's four different primary personality groups. Now, those four primary personality groups, one of them, the tap tap, excuse me, would it be okay to share my stuff, actually pushes away one group, and that's the group of the big spenders. So you want to be open, and Amy is that group. So I'm laughing to myself. I was like, it's so annoying how it's like you think you're being helpful, but you're not. It's like not to her personality type, you're not. Um,
Exactly.
so there are many nuances to the personality types. Understanding the basic four is really helpful. There's several different modalities out there. There's the the B code, the color code, disc, star, bank. They're all, you can learn pretty much any single one and you'll get nuances into the human behavior. Yet there's a deeper platform of that where you can subset all them down into 16 to 18 different subsets of human behavior, and that gives you a more precise communication connection experience. And one of the things, the very first thing you got to do when you get on stage is remember that you're talking with people. You're talking to people. You're not talking at people. Because when you're talking at people, you're actually triggering that habit, memory, behavioral script of being lectured at school, being lectured at work. Being spoken at is not the same as being spoken to or with. Spoken with is where you want to be looking. Hey, we're having a conversation. I'm speaking with you right now. We're talking together. I just happen to be making all the noise. That kind of feeling, so everyone is engaged and listening. And one of the key ways to do that is the storytelling. Telling what you
Yep.
have to say in a fun, interesting story. Because when you get to share your information in a fun, interesting story, people are engaged. And remember, you want to have their focus. You you want to have their focus more than their social media account, their cell phone, what their friend is saying, how hungry they are, what they want to have for dinner or lunch or breakfast the next day, what's on TV later that afternoon. You want to engage their attention so you can communicate what it is that's going to benefit them, because that's where the sale is what's in it for them at the end of your engaging, captivating, communicative dialogue exchange. You're not doing a presentation of listen everyone up, sit in your chairs, shut up, or I'll kick you out. We're going to go through these graphs. No, you want to be, hey, friends. Oh, wow, I'm glad you all showed up. This is exciting for me. And there are several little tricks and techniques you can do with that to go through that process. And one of the ways it's all set out for you in a structure is with Jace's How to Sell from Stage. It's his combination of compelling content, dynamic delivery, and you fits very well together to create that focus, create that attention, create that connectiveness with the audience, so as it's worth listening to the next moment that you want to share with them. And then the next moment, then the next moment. And then you're into this process of sharing about how they can benefit more of you. And it's not a sales pitch, it's just part of the process that seamlessly follows, comes in, and then people are excited and they're connected to it. So
yeah. And so, like Jamie was saying, it's content, compelling content times the dynamic delivery times you. So all three pieces need to be in place. And there's a natural flow in a way that we can do this that doesn't accidentally turn off our listeners. We get invited often to evaluate seminars and things, and we actually just evaluated a couple of them, and the very first speaker, all she talked about was herself. There was no value in it. There's no content. Yeah, speaking to rather than speaking at. Exactly. So go ahead and talk on that, Jamie.
the one of the events we just were invited to go and observe. Yeah, this person had a lot of great content, and as she was going through it, I'm like, oh, if you only followed Jace's system in this, you would have had 200% more emotional buy-in to what you had to say. Yet people were dropping off. You could see in the chat people talking to each other or talking about what they know, not asking questions about what she knows. So that's one of the keys for you as a speaker when you're looking at the chat, or quite often at the events that Amy and I do, that's our gig. We'll be watching the verbiage that's going on in the chat to see whether the people are actually connected to the speaker or what possible elements could be improved to create that stronger connection to what the speaker's talking about. Yet this person talked all about her journey. So the whole 40 minutes that she's talking is all about her and the journey she went through and the value she got for the next step. But people weren't interested. They were interested in, how can I do that journey? What are some engaging elements? And her tone was basically the same all the way through. This is where we lost the dog, cat, and car. This is where we made our first 5 million.
Yeah, it was almost like she was listing. And here's the thing, you guys. She learned it through some strategy that somebody gave her, but you are never going to out strategy human behavior, natural human buying decisions. You can't out strategy that. Oh, of course you talk to yourself.
That's right. Sometimes I need expert advice.
So you're not going to ever out strategy that. And that's what a lot of these people are trying to do. But with Jace's system, it is systemized there are strategies in place that help you not fail and that go in the normal flow of how humans already behave. And it's really brilliantly done. It's one of the most brilliant. We evaluate tons. His is one of the most brilliant. If you
Yeah,
want to speak to one of us about it, I'm going to go ahead and post a link in the chat for you
for
to jump
sure.
on to a call with myself or Jamie. We would be happy to help you to get to work closer with Jace. What we'll do is we'll take a look at your funnel, your current funnel, and we will give you a sales makeover. And if nothing else, you'll get off the call with a fantastic foot forward on what to do next on your sales. And if you want to see what it looks like to work closer with Jace, then we can help you with that as well. I'm going to go pull those calendars up.
Okay. Yeah, what Amy just said is so true. A lot of us forget that you are a human being, and the person ultimately that you're selling to is also a human being. It's actually human to human communication. So human behavior is always being triggered. We have those elements of human behavior already in our DNA, already acting throughout all our senses as we observe the environment to see whether something's a threat or not. We've all heard the fight, flight, or when you go a little bit deeper, the fear element that triggers the freeze, fight, flight. Typically, the very first moment reaction is a freeze, then quickly followed by, I gotta get out of here, or I can't go anywhere, I gotta fight. They've done some studies and all the rest, and fight is the least desired and least chosen, yet it's when they feel that there's no out. And we see that a lot in animals. Anyway, so that is human behavior. And there's a lot of elements where we talk about, you know, people will move away from what they fear 5 times more likely than they'll move towards what they desire. So that's why in a lot of your presentation and processes, there's the fear aspect of missing out. And what really is good, though, is balancing that. Here's the benefits if you take action. Oh, here's the potential downfalls if you don't take action. What that does is create a balance in the brain. It speaks to both sides of that emotional state, and it answers that what if question. Oh, what if it doesn't work? You'll stay exactly where you are. And if that's not everything you dreamed of, then it's worth the risk in most cases. Um, so yeah, asking those questions, setting up the what could go wrong and what could go right, uh, creating that balance of the fear to move away from as well as the excitement to move towards. And fear and excitement are the same thing biologically. Biologically, fear, we have this increase in heart rate, shallowness of breathing, a little bit of sweat and adrenaline taking place. Same is happening biologically when you're excited. The difference is what you're focusing on. And that's why the you part is so important in Jace's How to Sell from Stage program. Everyone should be looking at doing some form of personal development to be aware of who they are, that is amplified when you get in front of a crowd of people. I'll talk about that in a second about energy exchange. So you really want to be doing the personal development. And one of the benefits I really believe when you do that personal development elements with Jace is you're doing it because you want to be a better speaker. You want to sell from stage. You want to make hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of financial benefits to yourself and to your clients, or create a large group of clients that you can guide to a better experience. So when you do the personal development, while you're also working on your talk and your speak, your personal development that you need to apply to have a better talk is in the same place. It has the same language. It's like you're speaking with just the English alphabet instead of mixing. Here's some Japanese alphabet, here's some English, here's some katakana, here's some hiragana, some Rama. You're like, it's all works together in a really sweet bundle. So that's the benefit I really see for doing that personal development in a program that is also the thing you want to achieve. For example, if you wanted to be really good at the stock market, find a course that also has personal development and mindset as part of that, learning how to read the stock market, learning what the puts and calls and the ups and downs and the bear market, what all that means, because you will only perceive the information they give you through your own mindset of beliefs, which are there from past experience, and you need personal development to be able to see that and remove that. That's why some people, oh, that person's just so lucky. It's like they've done the personal development so as they can use the skills that you're being given to create the results that you want. So that's why the you part is very important. And what I was just going to say before about energy exchange, the thing is, we all exchange energy. And when we pay attention, we actually say pay attention. You're giving somebody your energy, currency, all flows together. So when you're on a stage and there's multiple people looking at you, your flaws and your exceptional elements are amplified in the eyes because more people are observing you. There's more attention going to you, and it expands who you are. So that's why it's very important to do that personal development, so you know the who you are, you want to expand when you're on stage in front of people.
Yep. I love it. Well, awesome. So guys, there's that link down below. Let us give you a sales funnel makeover. Find out if money's leaking out of your business. We'll jump on a call with you. Check it out. Also, the other link I added down there is follow us for free. This week we have author Alicia Moore. She's in this group coming up on Thursday. You guys can come and see us. Click through that link and make sure you follow us over on Amazon. It's free to do. We really appreciate it. It helps us out in our world. Of course, we make money when you shop through that link. And so we appreciate it. Thank you. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So, but we do.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything. That 3 cents commission comes from the seller.
Amazon pays that. For the seller.
It's fun though. So, that's really great. So we'll have the author Alicia Moore. Awesome. Come support her.
On
Come
Thursday,
support us. Get your questions answered.
Exactly. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We're always appreciative that you spend the time with us. We know you could spend your time anywhere. Remember, everyone's going through a crisis. They're either coming through it, going into it, coming out of it. And there's a simple thing we could do. So what should they do, Jamie?
Folks, remember there's power in you sharing a smile. So when you're out and about, make someone's day that much better. Share a smile. So share a smile with a stranger. And if you're adventurous, give them a little wink.